The Rakshi are so frickin' iconic and just really well designed. Yeah, this toy came out in 2003, but it still holds up today. In this video, I want to highlight all the great pieces that came in this set and show you how they could be used to design your own LEGO creations. On top of that, let's talk about Turok. They are a great set, and there's so many iconic and brilliant things that were packed into this wonderful toy. So let's take a closer look and marvel at all of the brilliant designs of this set. You know, this was such a good idea. The whole concept of the Rakshi is that they are actually just these little krata, tiny little slugs that rest inside a larger suit of armor that they power up and use. That's cool! And then the designs of the Rakshi themselves. Somewhat snake-like, somewhat lizard-like. They look pretty sick. And the Rakshi were revolutionary at the time of their release. And why is that? Well, they had knees. Pretty much every other Bionicle set before this didn't have any type of knee articulation. Oh, but the Rakshi, they did. Bionicle sets still didn't really have any elbow articulation, but that was coming. But, you know, their arms did have this really cool play feature. You could spin the little knob on the back, and the hands would kind of juke and jive so that it looked like the staff was being swung at some enemy Toa. And that in itself was just so much fun. Now, each Rakshi, of course, had their own unique spine and a different type of staff weapon. I really like the staff that Turok has, making it look like fire on the ends. So dope. Oh, and of course, the iconic Rakshi headpiece. This is arguably one of the most popular LEGO pieces ever. I've seen so many builders use this to design their own Rakshi. I've also seen people use it to design their own original characters. I mean, heck, people like to just use it as armor as well. Yeah, my own Self-Mock uses this piece in blue for some nice shoulder armor. This is a really versatile and easy to use piece. Well, honestly, all the pieces in this set are great. Let's see how other people have used them to make their own incredible LEGO creations. The set comes with two of these upper leg section pieces, and they also come in old dark grey, a colour that's actually been discontinued. Yeah, because obviously it was replaced by dark bluish grey. Now this older shade of grey, I think it's very pretty. Dylan Meaves has built a power suit that uses heaps of these pieces. We can see two of them on each arm, there's one more on the upper legs, and then two more down here on each foot. They almost kind of form toes on these feet. It's clever. But now I gotta say it, blue and old dark grey, oh, that is a very striking colour scheme. And it's quite rare to see this much dark grey being used on a mock. But you know, look, if you've got 2 or 3 Rakshi sets, you could easily build something that looks pretty similar to this. Because thankfully Turok and all of the other Rakshi, they're actually a good little supply of old dark grey pieces. I tell you man, these sets are really good parts packs. We can also see that the lower leg design on this mech is using this part right here. Now this piece is used on Turok's torso. So yeah, you can use this like Dylan did here on this lovely design. Or why not do what Mitch Henry has done here and use it on a mock that's called Hippie and Pippi. I mean, check out this head design. Rotating the pieces on their side, and then putting some black sockets onto the edges, and then placing a pink ball joint in the center. Genius. Yeah, I think it makes for an adorable little head design and a very cute eye design. And this exact same piece is being used down here on the legs. Very nice. Yeah, this piece has all kinds of different uses. I mentioned those Rakshi headpieces earlier in the video. Yeah, the general silhouette of a Rakshi, it really is important to have their face, the spine, and their staff. If you've got those 3 features, you've got yourself a Rakshi mock. But you know, the beautiful thing is, you don't really need these specific pieces to still make a Rakshi mock. Onuku has built this cute and tiny little Rakshi, and she's just using the red headpiece here. Onuku has used these small red CCBS armor pieces and some minifigure chainsaws to help shape their own custom Rakshi spine. That's a clever way of doing it. And they've got a nice little golden staff too, that's lovely. Now, isn't it cool that you can build a Rakshi in all kinds of shapes and sizes? All you need is that Rakshi headpiece and you're good to go. Some other great old grey pieces that come in this set are these nice arm pieces. Loaf Builds has a few of them on this revamp of Norik. So we can see them on the upper arm, but also the upper legs. Now I adore the choice to leave these unarmored and to place a few wires around them. It gives this creation this lovely old, unarmored, and spittily robot vibe. It's a brilliant look. Loaf Builds just beautifully takes advantage of the natural robotic look of these parts and uses them to perfection. Oh hey, and this mock also uses the Rahkshi spine piece that comes on the back of Turak. We got 2 of them here at the very front. Isn't that lovely? The red Rahkshi foot pieces that are included in this set are awesome. DW Mox uses one of these to help shape the upper arm design on the side here. There's just something about the shape and the size of this foot piece that makes it look so good on limbs. It just captures the organic shape and the feeling of humanoid anatomy really well. So if you're building a leg design or an arm design, I recommend using this piece. It's going to be a big help. And speaking of which, the red Rahkshi spine is another delightful and very helpful part that looks equally as good on limbs. Redverse uses it here for a nice thigh design. And hot dang, that looks pretty good. Especially when you surround this piece with other pieces, like these Technic panels on the side, and then down below there's a nice Knights Kingdom armor piece used as a bit of a knee pad. Just exceptional. What a well-designed upper leg, and it's all thanks to this nice Rahkshi spine piece. So that's some ways that you could use these epic pieces. But how could you revamp Turak? Well, here's an epic revamp of this set that was built by Anthony Wilson. It turns Turak into this colossal, nightmarish creature. I mean, the way that the mouth splits apart into 4 sections, and then you got a big old purple tongue poking out. Although I guess that's really the crater that's poking out, actually. Still, terrifying. And check out the use of all of these repeated dish pieces on the neck and the body. Their rather bulbous and rounded shape, it really helps make this creature look more biological, more realistic, and more organic. Pieces like that are just the perfect way to make something look a lot less blocky and Lego-like, and instead make it look like an actual living, breathing creature. Although if this is a Rahkshi, this is a mech suit, not a living, breathing creature. I guess this is kind of like a hybrid of the two, isn't it? Regardless of the logistics, it's a nice design. And the sheer size of this is just mind-blowing. I also quite like this rad CCBS spine and the quasar spikes that are on top of it. The way that that's just been embedded into this larger mock, it's exceptional. Anthony is a master of blending Bionicle and system pieces into one spectacular thing. I love what he does, and I love how this looks. And then here's one more revamp of Turak. This was made by Panikful. I don't really spotlight enough painted creations on this show. And dude, the paint job here, wonderful. The staff now actually looks like it's on fire, and the silver spines poking out of the back, they also look like they're on fire. It's a good look. You can also see that some of these limbs have been painted red. And yo, I love the look of this Rahkshi when they are almost entirely red, with very subtle hints of grey. And this diorama too. Yeah, Bionicles that look like they're a part of a larger world. Some type of vignette or landscape that's around them. It's awesome. You don't really see enough of that. So if you have the skills to make something like this, you certainly should. Whether you make it out of Lego pieces or other random stuff like this is made out of. Seeing this Bionicle on this little diorama is magical. Yeah, both of these revamps are frickin' awesome. And this set is pretty awesome too. Hopefully the mocks that I showcased today and the discussion about this set gave you a little bit of inspiration for your next creation. And if you enjoyed the mocks that I showcased today, please check the links in the description below where you'll find more of their work. Thanks for watching guys, happy building, and bye for now.